Shalom, Israel, the Supreme coming at you. This video is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to speak about a dream that I had. And I encourage the Israelites out there, the so-called Negroes, the black people, scattered across the four corners of the earth, the descendants of the slaves, and all the continents. I encourage you all, because I see a lot of brothers and sisters, they have dreams also. And believe it or not, a lot of these dreams, they have like very deep meanings. Because I realize that when I pray to the Most High, and I ask Him to help me with certain things, and I want answers, He really speaks to me through dreams. I noticed that He speaks to me like a lot through dreams. Recently, He just spoke to me over something that I was going through in a dream. So I encourage brothers and sisters to speak more about their dreams that you know, because it's a difference. Sometimes you will have a dream and you could tell like it's not really, it's just a regular dream. But some dreams, you know, like this was a message from the Most High. And don't be afraid to speak about those dreams, you know. And once again, I'm about to tell you about this dream that I had. And no, I'm not a prophet. I'm not claiming to be a prophet. I'm not saying the Most High said, son of man, go tell Israel. It's just a dream that I had. And the reason I had this dream, because I feel like I was really under a spiritual attack at one point, maybe some months ago. I was running across a lot of women. You know, I'm married now, but I was running across a lot of women that I used to hook up with when I was living in the world. And a lot of women was coming at me and stuff like that, you know, strong temptations. And I prayed on the issue and, you know, to have strength and different things like that. And of course, I resisted Satan. You know, I love my wife, but just going through that, I had to pray. And, you know, these old women popping up, new women flirting and different things. And he gave me this dream. And you will see once I tell you guys the dream, how it relates to what I was going through and the message that, you know, he was giving me. So I'm going to read, because I wrote down my dream. So I'm going to read it from my notebook. So here it goes. I was in a classroom studying with other students, studying about many different things. The teacher was this beautiful, very beautiful, who appeared to be Arabic woman. She was an Arab woman. This teacher treated me so wrong compared to the other students. She would disrespect me and call me out in front of the whole class. But one specific day, she was teaching us how to measure something, specifically a wall. She asked me to try first, but she gave me a hard time and ridiculed me. So I just gave it back to her and told her and another student, the other students, you can do it, or maybe one of you guys can do it. She called me out in front of the students saying Daniel must allow women to dominate over him. This was the last straw. I told her in front of the students, let me clear something up with you. I am 29 and I have a wife who does not dominate over me but loves me. She tells me in front of the class, 29 makes a big difference, I must say, in a joking manner. I started to begin to see the truth of why this lady was targeting me and treating me different from the other students. I began to believe this lady was some sort of witch, like she was of Satan. She knew I followed Yah, so she targeted me and singled me out of the other students who were still asleep to many things. And it was like she began to see that I felt this way. The very next day for school, this lady shows up with this silk, medium tight, short dress on. It was like snug to her curves perfectly. And this day was different. She treated me differently this day. She talked to me with much charm and very soft words. She flirted with me with her eyes. I began to lust very hard after this woman. She enjoyed to see my eyes following her curvy physique. She asked us to paint this picture of the wall. So after we finished this picture, we washed the wall. This lady begins to do some sort of enchantment, and she makes a whole different painting appear on the wall without lifting a finger. we just sat there amazed and shocked at what we were seeing. It was like she had spirits do this false wonder in front of us. Then I said to myself, this woman is of Satan, but the other students couldn't see it. They were just amazed and thought the so-called miracle was cool. It was like she knew what I felt, because she began to charm me more with her looks and flirtatious ways, that I forgot that this woman just did this and began to lust harder for her. Her backside was very round and large, and she kept walking in front of me, flaunting her backside. As class was ending, she was speaking to the class. She says while standing in front of me, "Will I see all of you tomorrow?" As if hinting at me, suggesting that she wants to see me tomorrow. As she says this, she toots her backside up and gives me this flirty look with her eyes. I lusted after her body so hard that I grabbed her backside. No one else saw what I did. She smiles at me and tells the class, "I guess I will see you tomorrow." As she walks away from me, it was like I snapped out of it, like I could see through her charm. I realized it was Satan trying to seduce me through her. Me and her are the last ones in the room. As I was leaving, I told her, "I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Yeshua." She gave me a crazy look. As I walked up the stairs to leave, she grabbed me from behind, and me and this lady began to tussle. She was so strong. Her strength surpassed mine. As we wrestled, she told me, "Please do not do this. Satan doesn't work 50-50. I realized that this was the actual woman speaking now. I also realized that by me rebuking Satan in Yeshua's name, that a demon was wrestling with her, trying to stay in her body. So when I realized this, I told myself, no, I have to do this. The other students will continue being misled by this lady. She wrestled with me harder. As I tried to say, "I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Yeshua," she covered my mouth with abnormal strength. The demons gave her this crazy strength. I began to notice. Now I'm trying to rebuke Satan or scream for help to alarm the other students who just left the room. The lady then tells me, "Please don't do this. I will fall and break my neck or die." It was like she wanted the demons to stay in her. She didn't want them to leave, like she was in agreement with them. Somehow I got enough strength to push her over the stair banister. It had to be Yah. Then an Israelite sister, a black woman who I was friends with in the class, ran up and said, "What is going on? What happened?" The teacher then calls me from the ground where she fell and says, "Please don't do this." As I looked at her, both her eyes were two different colors. One was a beady brown, the other one was blue. I told myself, skip that, I have to help the other students. Then I told the sister the teacher was of Satan. And as I was about to rebuke him in the name of Yeshua again, I woke up. This dream was definitely a vision and a warning from Yah. It just felt so real. So the conclusion of this dream that I strongly believe Yah gave me, he was warning me. This was a warning. He was letting me know that it's more than what the eyes see, guys. It's more than what the eyes see. This is a spiritual war. Satan and spirits work through people. They work through people. And Satan was working through those women. I don't care what anyone says. Satan was working and the spirits was working through those women that I was running across. Women that was coming at me in that manner. Satan was working through them. The demons was working through them. And we are to help our people so they can be healed from Yah and Yeshua, so they could be on the other side of the spiritual war. So they can cast the demons out of their body. Okay, so they have to be healed by Yeshua. But the only reason why Satan is able to work through certain people in the spiritual war is because those people are in sin. They are engulfed in sin. They are engulfed. So the demons are able to work through those people to try to make the elect backslide. I noticed that. And you guys heard the dream that I just described to you guys, and clearly you can see it's a spiritual war. How these demons was working through this woman to seduce me, and to make me backslide and get thrown off the walk. But in the dream, I noticed that it was the demons working through this woman, and that's why I said I rebuke you, Satan. And he gave me this message, basically saying, look, this is how you have to be in real life. Because sometimes we have to really think like, this is Satan trying to get me. So brothers who were living like me, who were in the world sleeping with multiple women, and you may run across these women. Some brothers may be married, some brothers may be celibate or whatever, or just trying to abstain, to stay on the path till they may find a wife, or however you're doing it. Just know that when these women come at you, that they have demons on them. Okay, because they are in sin. So these demons are working through these women to try to get you to backslide. Just know that. And that's something that we gotta always remind ourselves of. This is not to put sisters down, like I said. We have to help our sisters so they can come to repentance. And brothers too. Because the spirits are working through everyone. And that's basically what that dream was about. I was going through those issues, and it wasn't really a big issue, but I had to just pray on it because I constantly pray for strength. So, because none of us really know, we can't depend on ourselves, basically. So when I was going through those things, when multiple women was coming at me in that way and in that manner, I had to pray for strength. I had to ask the Father for strength, and He gave me that dream to let me know, like, it's more deeper than what you think. You see this sister that's good looking with this banging body, you may be attracted to her, but it's deeper than that. Satan is trying to get you. He's like a lion down here, trying to devour who he can. It's a spiritual war. So I encourage you guys, if you guys have any dreams, start, sharing your dreams, and, we can see what they mean, because a lot of people are having like real dreams that Yah's really giving people a message through their dreams. So just comment, guys, like, and subscribe, and shalom.